Hi everyone, Alison here at Keighley Healthy Living, and as I've told you before, I work for KHL as one of our specialists on the Rethinking Pain programme. I specialise in movement techniques to support people with persistent pain. So together we're going to support you into moving more. So before we start today's session, you're just going to check the area around is free from any hazards, nothing to trip or fall over, nothing sharp to knock into. And before you start today's session, you need to be feeling fit and well, free from any illnesses and medical conditions. If you want to let me know that you're joining me today, do like the page or send me a message in the chat box. Always great to hear from you. Always lovely to have feedback, and any questions that you may have, I'm always happy to answer them. So you also need a chair. My chair's there in the background. So you'll need a chair, and on your feet you need something that is going to stop you from slipping. So ideally pumps or trainers. So we're going to start with a standing warm-up today before moving into mainly seated exercise today. I thought we'd go back to a few basics. So let's go into that space. As I always say every week, it's natural to feel hesitant about moving more, especially when you have pain. But if you gradually ease yourself into it, it's unlikely to cause you any harm, and you actually will start to feel the benefits over time if you keep doing the exercises. The sessions are always left here online, so do feel free to return back to them at any time you like. Okay, so we're going to have a mix of gentle movements, a mix of gentle standing exercise movements for our warm-up today. Okay, so we're going to just start with a nice little shoulder shrug. So keeping that back tall and keeping that tummy in tight, and we're just lifting and lowering that shoulder. And then we're just going to go over to the other side and do the same on the other side. Just a nice gentle lift and lower. And then we're going to just go to circling those shoulders round, keeping that back tall and keeping that tummy in nice and tight. We do that. And then we're just going to move into some lower body movements. So we're just going to lift up that right leg. So lift and lower, keeping the back tall, keeping the tummy in, hips facing forwards. And then over to the other side, just lifting and lowering. If you need to hold on to your chair for balance, do hold on to the chair. And then we're going to go into a hamstring curl, so heel to bottom. So just curling that heel towards the bottom, keeping that body weight slightly forwards. If you can kick your bottom, fine. Hips stay facing forwards, back tall. And then we're just going over to the other side, so heel to bottom. Hips facing forwards, back tall, tummy in. And again, if you want to hold onto the chair while you do that, you can. 2 more. And rest there. And here we're just going to march the feet wide and march them narrow, wide and narrow. Just warming up that body. Walking it through. And we're going to just repeat that sequence again. So just first of all, just lifting and lowering those shoulders, keeping that back tall and keeping that tummy in. And then over to the other side, lifting and lowering. And we're going to just circle those shoulders, knees over the toes, back tall, tummy in. And into a little knee lift now. So lifting up, 8 knee lifts. And over to the other side, lifting up. And back to those ham curls. Again, holding onto the chair if you need to. Heel to bottom. And over to the other side. 4, 3, 2, 1, and marching through. Wide and narrow with those feet. We're going to take the heel and we're going to do the heel into floor, tip of the toe to the floor. So nice heel and toe movement. And if you want to, you can combine the bicep curl with that. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then over to the other side, heel into floor, tip of the toe to the floor, and combining a bicep curl with that. That's good for your coordination. 2 more. And last one. March those feet wide and march them narrow. Take them wide and take them narrow. Marching those feet through, getting us nice and warm. From here, we're just going to take a head looking to the right and to the center, left and center, right and center, left and center. One more each way. And then we're just going to take a little glance up and down. So careful not to tip the head back, just a glance up and down, up and down. Marching through with those feet. Keep that heart rate up. And then we're going to take a circle with the hips. So we're just going to circle round, loosening up those hips. And now let's go back the other way. And take a little pelvic squeeze forward. So we're just going to squeeze the pelvis forwards and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. 2 more. Last one. Standing with our hands in front, we're just going to take a little turn to the right and center, left and center, not too far. If you suffer with any osteoporosis, be very, very careful with this exercise because we don't want to twist too much. So we're just taking a little side and center, side and center. 1 more each side. And last one, hands down by the side. We're just going to tilt to the side and center, side and center. Moving from the side to each side. And then just march it through, back towards me, nice and tight. Marching those feet through. Heel into floor, tip of the toe to the floor. Warming up the ankle joint again. And then over to the other side with the bicep and the ankle joint. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, from here we're just going to take a little circle round with the wrists. We need to warm up our wrists and fingers as well. And then over to the other side, so just circle around with the wrists. And then this one's good, particularly if you've got arthritis in your fingers, just to push through each finger. Get each finger's moving. Push through. And last one. Relax there. Okay, we're going to come into sitting now. Okay, so I'm going to take a march with those feet. We've done this standing up, but we're going to do it sitting down now just to get us warmed up sitting down. And from here, I'm just going to flex the feet. So I'm just going to work through my hamstrings again. Flexing. Out in front and back to the floor. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Okay, so we're going to make sure we're in a good sitting position. So we need to make sure that we're at 90 degrees with our back to our body, from our knees to the floor. So it's like 2 right angles. Okay, so just going to sit in a nice neutral position to start with. Okay, so from this position, I'm going to lift and lower the right knee. So I'm lifting and lowering just straight in front of me. Lifting and lowering. And as I lift now, I'm just going to crunch in towards my chest with my arms, crunching and down. So I'm working through the front of the thigh And then I'm also working the tummy as I crunch in and down, crunch in and down. 2 more and last one. Let's swap to the other side. Remember, you don't have to do all the repetitions, just do as many as you feel comfortable with. So again, I'm just gonna, from my nice neutral position, lift and lower the knee straight into the body and down. Straight in and down. And now as I do that, I'm going to crunch in with the arms. So crunch in and down. Keeping those hips facing forwards, keeping that back tall, and keeping the tummy nice and tight. Two more, and then let's just rest it there. I'm going to go back to my original leg now, and I'm just going to lift and lower that leg in towards my chest. From here, I'm going to take the opposite hand to knee and just bring it across the body. Cross and back. Now you can stay with that one if you want to, or if you want to increase it, you can take the elbow towards the knee. Again, taking care not to twist too far. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax there. Return to the other side. So just lifting and lowering that knee in towards the chest. Keeping your back tall and keeping your tummy in. And then you can do the hand to the knee. 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbow to knee if you want, or you can keep with the hand. Remember, again, you don't have to do all the repetitions. Just do as many as you feel comfortable with. 3, 2, 1, and rest it there. I'm just going to slide my body forwards now, a bit further into the chair, and I'm going to take the hands in front. From here, we're just going to take the body back and then lift up, keeping that back tall, and again, keeping that tummy in nice and tight. So I'm taking it back and lifting up. Shoulders back, tummy in, back, and lift up. Using your tummy muscles to lift you up, back, lift up, back, and lift up. Don't forget to breathe out as you go up, in as you go down. Keep looking forwards. Last one. And rest it there. Okay. From here, we're just going to clasp the hands in front and we're going to do a little turn to the side. So just working down the sides of the body. So I'm going to the side and center, side and center. Keeping that back tall and keeping that tummy in. Side and center, side and center. Again, not taping ourselves too far, just a tiny movement. Over to each side and back in again. Side and center, side and center. One more each side and relax it there. Okay, let's do the sequence again. So we're going to start back to the knee lift. So just knee lifting in to the chest, crunching in with those arms. Five, 6, 7, and rest there. Over to the other side, just crunching in with those arms, lifting that knee in towards the chest, keeping those hips facing forwards. Working the arms as well as the legs and the tummy. And resting there. Over to the other side. So we're going to just take it into the center and down. In and down. And opposite hand to knee when you're ready. Opposite elbow to knee if you want to advance it. 4 more like this. And rest over to the other side, knee in towards the chest. Opposite hand to knee. Elbow to knee if you want to advance it. Keep going, choose your level. If you prefer to just tap the knee, that's fine. 4 more here. And relax. Clasp the hands back in front. This time we're going to do 8 to the right and then 8 to the left. So we're going to the side and centre. Keep the hips facing forwards. And last one, over to the other side. Two more. And rest there. Let's do 4 each side this time. So 4, 3, 2, 1. For the other side. And now let's split that into 2s. And 2 to the other side. Again, 2 to the one side. And 2 to the other side, followed by 8 alternates. Again, you don't have to do them all. Just do what you feel comfortable with within your own ability. And we're just going for 1 more each side and resting there. Let's take the hands down to the side now. We're going to imagine that we've dropped something on the floor and we're just going to just lean slightly to one side, back to centre and then over to the other side. Again, taking care not to twist too much. Work within your capability, keep those hips forwards, and we should just feel that in the side of the muscles here, the side of the tummy, in what we call the obliques. So just reaching to the side and lifting up, reaching to the side and lifting up. If you've got hand weights at home, or tins, or bottles of water, you can do this and add a little bit of weight to advance it. 1 more each way, and rest there. Let's bring those hands back in front and we'll do a second set of our rocking chair movement. This time we're going to go back for 2 and lift up for 2. So back for 2 and lift up for 2. Back for 2, lift up for 2. Using those tummy muscles and keeping the head in line with the spine. Back for 2 and up for 2. And if you want to work a little bit harder and you want an extra muscle group in there, you can just squeeze the pelvic floor as you come up. Back for 2, up for 2, twice more. And last one, rest it there. Okay, we're going to take our hands onto the thighs now. This is one of my favourite exercises. Okay, so what we're thinking about doing is we're thinking about working through the back and helping restack the vertebrae in the back. And it's like a seated forward fold. So what we're going to do is we're just going to slide the hands along the thighs to the knees. And then we're just going to take the hands over the knees, in front of the shins. Now, if you want to just leave them on the shins, and you want to, that's as far as you want to go, that's fine. If you want to work that a little bit harder, you could perhaps take the hands towards your ankles, still keeping that head in line with the spine, and it's a very, very slow movement. To the shoelaces, and if you really want to go that one step further, to your toes. From that position, we're just going to hold that position, and then we're just going to slowly, slowly, very slowly indeed, bring everything back up. Keeping your toes moving. Although you can't see mine inside the trainers, they are moving to maintain the blood pressure. And then we're just going to take the hands over the knees. Slowly, slowly unstacking the spine, vertebra by vertebra, bringing everything back up. Hands onto the thighs. Shoulders come back. And then the head. Head in line with spine and looking forwards. And then we're going to do the same again. So sliding the hands down over the knees. It's a really good one for straightening up through that spine. And which helps your posture. Slide those hands down in front of the thighs really nice and carefully. Towards those ankles. Towards the shoelaces. And to the toes if you want. And then slowly, slowly taking it back up. Do work within your own parameters. If you're not sure, just work to where you feel comfortable. Take your hands over your knees, back up onto the thighs. As we unstack the back and take the shoulders back and head up in line with the spine. One last time. Sliding those hands along the thighs, over the knees. In front of the calves. And then decide whether you want to take it a little bit further. You might find that each time you do this, you can actually reach a little further. So down onto the ankles, to the shoelaces, and down to the toes. Hold that position. And then we're going to slowly, slowly work that back up, keeping that head in line with the spine. Very, very slow indeed. Taking those hands over the knees, sliding them onto the thighs, unstacking the back, taking the shoulders down and head up. And we're just going to circle our shoulders there. Does that feel nice in your back now? Hopefully. Okay, let's just march through those feet again. Keep our heart rate up, keep us moving. We're going to do some work on the arms now. Now, while we're working on the arms, it's important to keep our feet moving to maintain venous return, especially if you're suffering with any blood pressure issues, heart conditions. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to go through that bicep curl that we did in the warm-up. Okay, and as we do that, we're going to lift the opposite knee. So I'm going to curl my right bicep and lift my left knee. So I'm just going to curl in and down. Keeping the hip facing forwards, keeping the back tall, and keeping the tummy in. 4, 3, 2, 1. And over to the other side. Again, if you watch this back and feel like you want to advance, you can hold a weight in the hand that you're curling. Just do the same exercise, but add a little bit of weight. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax there. Let's just push those hands out in front. So we're working through those hamstrings again. Pushing forwards, stretching through those hamstrings. Can we manage 8 more? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, we're going to take the arms out to the side. So they're in elbows out, elbows in line with shoulders if you can. Head looking forwards. We're going to take the arms together and back. So we're working the chest and the upper arms. So squeeze together and back. I'm going to use my toes for this one. So I'm taking the heels off the floor, keeping my feet moving. Squeeze and back. Nice and controlled. Head looking forwards, squeezing it together and out. Together and out. Shoulders nice and relaxed. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here, and we're just going to pull the elbows down now, down towards the chest. Working the biceps at the top of the arms. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax there. Push the arms up in front. Push, pull down. Push, pull down. Push, pull down. Use the knees at the same time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Give the arms a shake. Okay, from here, I'll stand up to show you this one. Okay, so we're going to take the arms at the back. So we're going to lift up at the back. You can stay seated while you're doing this. It's just not as easy for me to show you seated. So we're just going to lift the arms up at the back. So lift up at the back. So I'm working here on the back of the arm as I lift up. Lift and down, lift and down. Working those triceps at the back of the arms. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax those arms. Give the arms a shake. We always feel it in the arms. Can we manage the sequence again? Okay, let's take those arms out to side, head looking forwards, and we're going to bring those arms together, working the chest and the upper arms. Together and out. If you don't feel happy doing the second set, that's fine. You can rest this set. Maybe next time you try the video, you might be able to do both sets. If you want to advance, of course, grab yourself some sort of weight to hold on to, whether it be a water bottle or a tin of baked beans, or you might have some hand weights lurking around at home. Elbows together and back. And last one, let's move those knees at the same time. Pushing down with those hands. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up and pull down. Lift up and pull down. Nice and controlled. Lift up, pull down, lift up. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax there, taking those hands behind, and again we're lifting up with those biceps, so we're just lifting up at the back, keeping the shoulders relaxed as we lift up through those arms. Four, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Our arms got a really good workout there. I'm just going to stretch those arms because obviously the arms you do tend to ache just straight after we've worked them. So we're just going to take the hand in front, show me a palm as if you're about to say stop to me. We're going to take the hand between the joints, so between the elbow and the wrist, and just bring that across the body. If you prefer, you can take it between the elbow and the upper arm. Okay, we're just holding that in so we get that lovely stretch along the arm. And that should ease any muscle soreness. And relax it there. Over to the other side, hand up, show me a stop sign. And then we're going to hold between the joints, either between the elbow and the wrist, or between the elbow and the shoulder. And just bring it across the body. Nice straight arm, looking over the other shoulder. And relax it down. Okay, we're going to go back to our rocking chair position, and this time we're going to go 2 back and 2 ups, hands in front. So we're going to go back for 2 and then up for 2. If you want to advance it, you can actually cross the hands over the chest. So I'm going to do the first 4 with the hands in front, and then I'll do the second 4 with the hands across the chest. Then you can choose which position works best for you. Hands in front, so we're going to go back for 2 and up for 2, working through those tummy muscles. Back for 2 and up for 2. Back for 2, up for 2, back for 2, up for 2, and then I'm going to cross the hands over the chest, back for 2, up for 2. Keeping my head in line with the spine. If you prefer to keep your hands in front, absolutely fine. Back for 2, up for 2, and one more. Relax it there. Taking our hands in front, we're going to just turn to the side. So side and centre, keeping those hips facing forwards. Just to the right hand side. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax it there. Over to the other side, keeping those hips facing forwards. Last one, relax there. Take the hands across the chest again, or if you prefer, have them in front, and we're going to go back for 3 and up for 1. You can use the tummy muscles and the pelvic floor to lift you, to pull you back up. So going back, 2, 3, up, 1. Back, 2, 3, up, 1. Back, 2, 3, up, 1. Also working the hip flexors 2, back, 2, 3, up, 1. And final exercise for the tummy. Rest there. Okay, let's just flex those hamstrings and push forward again. Getting a bit of leg movement in there. Okay, we're going to move on to some leg exercises now. So we're just getting the blood flowing back into those legs for those exercises. Okay, let's take the right leg in front. We're going to lift up and curl back, working that hamstring, which is what we actually started the seated exercise with today, was a nice hamstring curl. So lifting and curling. So we're feeling it in the back of the leg, working through those hamstrings. Really good for keeping us mobile, hamstrings, for walking. And relax it there. Over to the other side, flexing it. Taking that heel back towards the chair each time. Returning it back to almost 90 degrees. And then back. If you can't take your leg as far as mine, or you might even take it further than mine, that's fine. Just work within your own capability. You will know your own limitations. And rest there. Okay, let's just march those feet through now. Four, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to take the foot out in front and I'm going to turn my foot so it's sideways on. I'm just going to adjust my chair further back so you can have a better idea of seeing this. So my foot's in front there and I'm just turning it to the side. So I'm actually thinking about lifting the seam of my leggings up towards the ceiling. So I'm just sort of taking my foot across and back. And you will feel it here in the inner thigh, which again is good for balance and good for stability, working those muscles in the legs. You will soon start to feel this one, especially because we're lifting through gravity as well. Rest there. Just circle for me with the heel. And then back the other way. You can really feel that. And relax it down. Over to the other side. So again, we've got that foot in front and we're flexing it. We're turning it to the side. So I'm going to lift it sort of straight across. So lifting and lowering. Working through that inner thigh. Taking it across and back. It doesn't take long to start aching this muscle because again we're lifting through the gravity. So it feels like quite a weight. And then we're just going to circle that leg. And back the other way. Relax it down, push forwards. Working through those legs again. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to take the right leg out in front of us, and we're just going to think about working the outer thigh now. So the last exercise worked the inner thigh. This one's thinking about working the outer thigh. So we're just going to take it out and bring it back in. Nice, gentle movement. Out and back in, keeping that foot flexed. So you're thinking about moving the leg from the heel. Out and bring it in. Out and bring it in. Not too far. Just a nice gentle movement. And resting it there. Change over to the other side. Flex the foot. We're going to do the same at the other side. So just taking it out and bring it in. We'll just do one set each leg for these because they're quite tough exercises. So you're doing well just attempting them. Do message me to ask any questions. 2 more. And last one, relax there. Let's just march those feet through. A bit faster if we want. And relax. Okay. Our final set of exercises today, we're going to think about squeezing the pelvic floor. So we're working the inner thighs and the pelvic floor. So we're going to squeeze in and out 8 times, and then we'll do some squeeze and holds. Remember on the squeeze and holds to keep breathing. You don't hold your breath, you just hold the muscles together. So you're just holding the exercise, so do keep breathing. If it helps, you can count out loud, because as I've said before, if you're counting out loud, it's very difficult to hold your breath. Okay, then that's going to squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. So you're just sliding those legs across the floor. We're still remembering our posture, so keeping our back tall in that 90-degree position. It helps if you sit yourself a bit further forward towards the front of the chair for this. So squeezing and release, squeeze and release, squeeze and release. 2 more. Last one. Okay. This time we're going to take the legs out and squeeze and hold. So we're going to squeeze and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Release. Again, squeeze, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Release. Squeeze, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Release. Last one. Squeeze, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Release. Relax. 8 little quick ones to finish, and then we'll have a lovely stretch. So we're going to squeeze and release. 2 and release. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and rest there. Give those legs a shake. Well done. All right, let's have the lovely stretches. So the stretching is the most important part, so don't be tempted to skip through it. The stretching helps your flexibility and actually helps to ease that ache, so you don't feel as much of an ache tomorrow. You might feel a bit of soreness, especially when you've just started and you're just using different muscle groups. That's perfectly normal. Okay, so as you keep doing more of them, it does get easier, believe me. Let's go with the drop. First, let's start by drawing the right knee in towards the chest. I'm going to hold it here and just circle round with those ankles. And let's do that the other way. From here, I'm just going to push that foot out in front and flex it. You can hold it there if you feel the stretch. If you want to increase the stretch, reach down towards your toes. If you can touch your toes, brilliant. If you're quite happy with it on your calves and you can feel it on your calves, that's fine. Some people like to place it on the floor. That's fine. You can place the foot on the floor as long as you feel the stretch at the back of the leg through those hamstrings. And release it there. Now let's place the heel of that leg onto the calf. So we're getting a stretch here in the outer thigh. If you can't feel it, you might want to lift that leg a little bit further up so the heel is just underneath the knee. Those of you that can manage it can lift their foot onto the thigh. So we're getting that stretch there. Just lean forward to increase the stretch. And then from here, we're taking that leg over the other side and using the opposite hand to knee and looking over the other shoulder. If you want to advance it, you can place your elbow so you're getting that stretch down through the sides of your body. Swap sides now, so the same knee and elbow are together, and we're just going to open out the chest looking towards the opposite side. That should give you a lovely stretch through the sides of your body and possibly a little bit of a stretch in the front of your chest as well. And relax it there. Feet flat to the floor. Let's do exactly the same over onto the other side. So bringing that knee in towards the chest. Hold it here and we're just going to circle round with the foot and then back the other way. Take the heel forwards now and feel that stretch down through the back of the leg, through those hamstrings. Again, you can reach forwards towards your toes. If you feel the stretch through the hamstring, hold it there. If you want to reach a little bit further forwards to try and increase that stretch, if you can reach your calf or to your toes, brilliant. Some people prefer to put the foot on the floor, absolutely fine. Reach towards those toes, again feeling that stretch through the hamstring. From here, we're going to place the heel onto the calf, feeling that stretch in the outer thigh. And then we're just going to slide that leg a little bit further up to increase the stretch. Hold it here if that's fine for you. If you want to take it further, place the foot onto the thigh. And we're going to lean forward slightly so we really feel that stretch in the outer thigh. From here, we're going to take the knee over the other leg. And with the opposite hand to knee, look over your shoulder. So I'm looking towards the knee that is over my leg. If you want to increase it, use the elbow. Relaxing that stretch and swapping to the other side. So the same knee and elbow are together and we're opening out that chest. Feeling that stretch through the sides of the body and the front of the chest. Relaxing the feet down. We're going to take the right foot out to the side now. So we're feeling that stretch here in the inner thigh. Bring your body weight forwards over the bent leg if you want to increase that stretch. Bring the feet back together now and do the same over onto the other side. Foot out to the side, hands on the bent leg, lean forward, feet stretching through. The stretching shouldn't be painful. You should just feel a little stretch, which should actually be quite a nice pull, a nice stretch. And relax it there. Feet together. Then we're going to place the hands in the small of the back now and press the chest forward. Feel the stretch across the front of your chest. And then taking the hands forward, pushing away from the body. Feeling a lovely stretch in the upper back. And then we're just going to lift from that lower back up to stretch through the tummy muscles. Wiggle your toes to keep your blood pressure, to keep the blood flowing through your body, especially if you've got any blood pressure conditions. And then we're just going to release those arms slowly down. Taking one hand up and across the body, so we get a lovely stretch down through the sides of the body. Again, keeping those toes moving. And releasing there over to the other side, reach up and over. Lovely stretch through the sides of the body with the toes moving. And release down. Place the hands on the thighs, and we're just going to pull the tummy in and round your lower back. So we've got that sort of seated cat stretch position. And then from here, we're just going to press the chest forwards. Pulling the tummy in again and rounding the lower back, keeping that head in line with the spine. So we have a lovely lower back stretch. And then pressing forwards once again. This time we're just going to turn the hands so the elbows are coming down onto the thighs and just press the chest forward again, having a nice stretch through those tummy muscles and through the chest. Let's stretch out our arms now. So taking the right hand between the shoulder blade and the left hand over the top, or you can push from the front. Just tap through your toes. And then over to the other side, hand between the shoulder blades and over the top, working through those feet. We're taking the hand now onto the side of the head and reaching out to the side, feeling a lovely stretch through that neckline. Careful not to pull on your neck. We're just taking a nice stretch through the neckline and into the arm. Over to the other side, keeping the toes moving as we do that. And then the hand that's out to side, we're going to bring that in front, show me the palm, hold between the joints and look over that shoulder. So we've got that lovely stretch in the upper arm. Release it there, and we'll do the same on the other side. Hand up between the joints and looking over the shoulder. Release there. Well done, everybody. You worked really hard today. We're just going to take one vast deep breath, lifting and lowering it down. Give your hands a shake and give your legs a shake. And give yourselves a well-deserved clap. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. As I said earlier, the session is recorded, so you will be able to watch again. And if you want to try the movements again in your own time, it's here. You can also find more Rethinking Pain, Movement Matters films on the Rethinking Pain website and on both the Rethinking Pain and Keighley Healthy Living YouTube channels. If you live in the Bradford and Craven district and want to be referred into our Rethinking Pain service, which is a community-based persistent pain service, you can ask your GP to make the referral for you. Thank you once again for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the session. Please like the video and do message me to let me know you've attended today. I love to hear from you. Take care. See you again soon. Bye.